Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all-new Talkin Movies shorts. As always, I'm your host, the real Gino Reynolds, and today I want to talk about a short film I just found out about 15 minutes ago, and it took me 9 minutes to watch. It's on Disney Plus, and it's entitled Out. And what it is, it's from Pixar and what's called their SparkShorts series. It's short films created by people that work at Pixar. This one is by Stephen Clay Hunter, who on his credits has Wall-E and Finding Nemo. What the movie is about, and by the way, I'm just going to have to talk about the movie. It's a short film. It's hard to dance around plots and everything, so I'm just going to talk about it. So, if you want to see it first, go watch it first and come back and comment if you'd like. Or if you just want to hear what I have to say and then go watch it and then come back and comment or whatever, that's cool. But I am going to talk about it because there's really no way dancing around what happens in the movie. It's called Out, and what it's about is there's a guy named Greg who is going to be moving to the city with his boyfriend Manuel. And the thing is, you come to find out that Greg has not told his parents that he's gay. And Manuel's a little upset about that, and he does tell Greg, he's like, you need to tell him. And he goes, they find a picture, and it's a picture of them from a trip they took, and he says, oh, you're going to hang this in your... they find it in a dresser. They're like, you gonna hang it in the dresser too? He goes, look, when we get to the city, I'll hang it out in the open. He goes, because when are my parents ever going to come to the city? Someone knocks at the door, and he goes to the door, and surprise, it's his parents. They brought pizza casserole. They're there to help him move. Again, they don't know about Manuel, so he shuts the door in their face, runs to Manuel, says, you gotta go, I'll call you later. He's like, tell your parents. And of course... Greg is saying, easier said than done. But before all this happened, this short film says it's based on a true story, which I'm sure parts of it is. It's more inspired by, because unless a magical rainbow kitty and doggy came to possess the collar of his dog, and that made them switch places, then I don't think it's totally based on true story. But anyway, I'm just kidding around here. Okay, so the parents are there. He's like, "What are you doing here? We're here to help you move." But then this collar ends up on Greg, which makes him switch bodies with his dog Jim. So Greg, as the dog, is running around and doing dog things, while the dog, which is now possessed by Greg, is trying to stop the mom from seeing the picture and things like that. First, he's trying to get the collar, and then he realizes the picture's out in the open. He doesn't want his mom to see. A few things happen, and he eventually has to bite her to get her from seeing this picture, and she runs outside, and she's sad, so he goes out there as the dog. Meanwhile, again, the human version of the dog it's hard to explain who's who here. But the human version of the dog's running around doing dog things the entire time. But he approaches his mom as a dog, and she's talking to the dog because she doesn't have anyone right there to talk to. I mean, the dad is grilling. And by the way, the dad, and even Greg kind of they look like maybe they come from, like a very small town, they're wearing, like flannel and stuff like that. And they've got beards, and they look like maybe small town, or maybe just not big city folk, I guess is the best way to say it. And so he approaches his mom. And by the way, the dad doesn't talk. A lot of us, my dad talks, but I can relate to a dad that doesn't talk very much. Good dude, I love my dad, but he's definitely, my mom is the mouthpiece of the family most of the time. So he approaches the mom as a dog, and she starts saying, I'm going to miss him when he moves so far away. Why does he have to move so far away? Which of course gets him thinking, or at least you imply that he's thinking that, is he moving far away so that he can just live out his life as a gay man in the open. He doesn't feel like he has to hide anything. And she goes, I hope he finds someone that'll take care of him. And she mentions that she goes, I know he'll find someone that loves him, and I hope he loves him as much. She lets it out basically that, what? She already knows he's gay. She figured it out, and he's really surprised by that. Eventually, they get to switch back bodies, and then you cut to a little bit later, and Greg invites Manuel over. Manuel says, "Are you ready?" And they're like, are we ready for this? We're ready. And then they go outside. Manuel introduces himself, and the dad gives him like the biggest hug, and it's pretty fantastic. And then the magic rainbow doggy starts crying, and the cat's like, dogs. Okay, for the most part, I enjoyed this. I mean, the magic kitty and doggy they're not in it much, so it didn't really ruin it or anything, but it's just, I don't know, it's just a weird way to tell, but hey, it worked. They had to find some way to possess the collar, I guess. So, and who knows, based on a true story, maybe they really exist. I don't know. But anyway, the rest of it, though, I really enjoyed it. Here in a second, I'll have to ask one question about Disney Plus, though. So I'll get to that. It was a nice story of someone feeling they couldn't come out to their parents, but the mom and the dad loved him anyway, no matter what. They just wanted him to be happy, wanted someone to take care of him, and have someone for him to take care of. And again, the mom, I don't know, they don't say if the dad already knew, but chances are if the mom already knew, the dad already knew. And especially as happy as the dad is when he meets Manuel, it's like I think he already knew, and he's so excited that his son is finally being honest with him, because it's like he's like, we're gonna love you anyway. It doesn't matter if you're gay, if you're straight, whatever. You're our son, and we love you. And honestly, that's how parents should be. They should love you no matter what. So it was just a nice, simple story. It's a bit chaotic because, again, you've got a guy running around with a collar on, pretending to be a dog, or having switched bodies with a dog. And you've got a dog having to do dog things like tearing up magazines and peeing on the floor to keep his mother from seeing the picture of him and his boyfriend together. So it's a real simple story, but I do recommend it. I will say there is a bit of a scene after the credits. It's kind of funny. It's the mom and the dad in a car. But no, it's a real simple story, and I do recommend it. Again, it's 9 minutes. It's on Disney Plus. It's a quick watch. I like the animation style as well. One thing though that this makes me question about Disney Plus though, and maybe they've rectified it, and I haven't looked. But I remember there was a big stink about how they took off Love, Simon. Why did they take off Love, Simon? If this is on there, why is Love, Simon off? What I'm saying is they both should be on there. Love, Simon is a fantastic film. It has a great message. Pretty similar to this one. So why can't it be on there and this can? Maybe because this is Pixar and that one wasn't? I don't know. Maybe Disney will reconsider, especially if this thing does well. But yeah, it just made me question, why was Love, Simon taken off? Because I can't remember the reasons they gave, but it was a dumb reason why they took it off. But it should be back on, and I enjoyed this movie as well, the short film as well. Again, it's Pixar's SparkShorts, and it is entitled Out, and if you've got 9 minutes in Disney Plus, it's worth checking out. That's going to be all for this edition of Talkin Movie Shorts. If you like what you've heard here, please subscribe to the Real Gino YouTube channel. Like this video. If you have anything to say about the short film Out, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Until next time, I'm your host, the Real Gino Reynolds. See you later.